Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to go over why transit reports supersede Chinese astrology. So the reason you guys don't really see me like stressing Chinese astrology on my page that much is because I already know ways around it. And what I mean by that is I offer a service with transit reports, and this isn't a video to sell that. But what this video is about is that you have to understand how to read your own life. And you have to understand that this stuff, this numerology, astrology, it's meant to navigate your life very directly, but you have to be fully cognizant of like what exactly it is that you're trying to interpret when you're doing your own studying. So when you get a natal chart report, you're just getting a general concept, a map of where each planet was when you were born. You can use Sabian symbolism to see what the degrees exactly mean. You can use numerology to figure out what your skill sets are going to be, what your life's main topic is going to be, what your passions are, what your aura is going to attract, what different segments of your life is going to bring with pinnacles. I'm going to do that in a future video, probably in the next couple of days. So you have to understand that you already have a full map of how your life is supposed to go and algorithmically what's supposed to happen. The next stage to that is what you call a transit report. Your transits are what your rising sign goes through each year. Your rising sign is what actually tells you how to come up in life, how to rise, what your attitude is in life, what you naturally attract. It's actually, to me, more important than your sun sign or your moon sign. Your moon is very important because it discusses your emotive response to things. So exactly why you act the way you do on a subconscious level. So it's definitely very important as well. And your sun sign's a life path, which is another video that's coming up in a couple days as well. But today it's about the transit reports. So when you want to know how every year is going to go, you should more so be looking at what constellations or what conjunctions is my rising sign going through. What's happening? Where's Mercury? What house is it in? Where's Saturn? What house is it in? Is it in retrograde? You should be looking at things like that to actually understand, is my year going to go good? Is it going to go bad? Or what the elites do, what segments of the year should I be doing what? A transit report will tell you how your health is going to be, your family, domestic life, your finance, your business, when to buy property, when to buy vehicles, all of these things. Like I don't really have one hand to hold this thing. So there's so much things that you can actually utilize transit reports for, and it's going to show you exactly what is going to happen each and every year. So when you understand that, you then know, okay, maybe from March to May, I can make a lot of money. Maybe from June to August, I should cool out and just maybe go on vacation. The elite level people in the world know this stuff because they understand astrology very fluently. So they know that, okay, there's certain times of the year that I should just be chilling out and focusing on health and going to the gym aggressively. And there's certain times of the year where I should not be going to the gym aggressively because of a certain conjunction. I might be more prone to injury at this time, right? So that's the thing. That's why you'll see certain fighters in different sports like UFC or boxing only fight at certain times of the year every single year. Like Floyd Mayweather, there was a reason he only fought in May every single year when he was a fighter. He fought in other months, but like May was his main month. Obviously there's May weather. You can use the gematria, the letterology there and just see what he was doing. But there's always ways to really designate your life. So to go more for the second half of this video, designate why Chinese astrology to me is not as efficient as transits as this. Your Chinese astrology is based on the year you were born. I'm 94, so I'm a dog. I'm in an enemy year. Woo. So I'm supposed to be scared. I'm not. The thing is that I already understood that in June of this year, I took a hard hit. I understood that in April of this year, there was going to be certain things. I'm a Virgo rising that was going to affect me. So I already knew that from the start of the year. I also knew that my channel would actually go up more in August and September, why I started back with long format videos at this time. My whole year was navigated from 2023. So that's the thing. The way I discovered this was through a friend who ended up having lung issues from COVID. I ended up discovering why transit reports are so important because it said something to him about, oh, you're going to have respiratory issues between March and April. This was in 2023. And we're looking at it, we're looking at the Chinese astrology, and it wasn't an enemy year for him, it was a friendly year. And we're like, why would you have any sort of respiratory issues? You're an in-shape guy, you're young, whatever. And what happens? COVID hits, and then for months on end, he had a whole bunch of chest issues that he had to use cardiovascular activities to get rid of it, go see lung specialists, whole 9 yards. The foundation to that story is that the Chinese astrology was just pretty much saying, yeah, your year is going to be positive, you're in a friendly year, make a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. But then your transit is saying something completely different. It's saying, yes, you have a good year, but be careful of health implications here, here, and here. So that's the key difference, is that the transit is going to give you very detailed, the exact dates at times when you should be doing certain things and when you should not be. So when you're looking at it, you have to think about this realistically. Everybody in a dog year is going to have different life paths, different rising signs, different moon, different sun, all this stuff. That's a whole year. So how are you going to say that everybody in a dog year is going to have a bad dragon year? How are you going to say everybody that's born in maybe 2000 is going to have a great dragon year this year? They're not. Doesn't necessarily mean that. Or in 2012, it doesn't matter. They're not going to just have a great year based off of their sign, their yearly sign. It's not that accurate. What the truth is that you have to look at different things like your transit to then see there's going to be times of the year where those be more hiccups. And what I found that there's parallels. It was an enemy year for me this year, which is still ongoing, sure, until probably next February. Cool. But I know where the hiccups are going to be. So I'm not discounting Chinese astrology, and I know there's more detail with Chinese astrology in respects to your monthly sign, your daily sign, and then obviously down to the hour you're born, there's a sign for that as well, which affects you in a very paramount way. So you have to know how to read it. However, your transit report will tell you exactly when and when not to do certain things. So I knew that this year was going to be very hectic for me, very stressful with it being a dragon year. So I need to be very disciplined this year. Avoid vices, avoid partying. I knew all that stuff already, but the transit taught me when I can party, when I should be going hard, when I should be focused on money, when I need to watch out for family, when to disclose certain secrets. And people that have got my transit report already know this. Like I said, this isn't a selling video for transit reports. What it's about is that you can do this yourself by Googling your own transit, and you can see it online yourself. And you can see the constellations and what exactly it is that's going to affect you. So it's up to you then to actually interpret it correctly and then understand there's certain times of the year where you can do things, certain times where you cannot. It supersedes the Chinese astrology because the Chinese astrology is broadening it too much to a segment of people for a whole year. I don't like that. Your rising sign is down to the minute you were born. It can change at 5 minutes difference. So if somebody's born at 2:30, somebody's born at 2:37, 2:38, they can have a different rising sign, which gives them a whole different year, a whole different set of obstacles, or a whole different set of blessings. So I find that it's just more, I guess, skeletal. It dissects a lot more of who you are and what you're going to go through in comparison to a Chinese astrology prediction that's just going to say because you're born in 1994, you're going to have a bad year in 2012 and 2024. That's absolutely not true. Numerology supersedes it, and transit reports definitely supersede that completely. And it shows you exactly when things are going to happen, how they're going to happen, and what you can do to actually resolve them. So my whole message, because I'm about to conclude this, is that you can use transit reports to actually navigate your life, but also see where the problems are. You can actually have the whole idea of prevention is better than cure. Knowing that you're gonna have health implications, you can avoid those things. Knowing that you shouldn't be risking your money or there's a possibility of loss because maybe a certain planet's in your 12th house, you then can analyze that and say, okay, if this planet's in the 12th house at that time of the year, I'm not gonna gamble, I'm not gonna invest in anything, I'm not really gonna spend much money at all, I'm gonna be more frugal. But then when you have very positive placements like a Mercury in the 11th house, you then can say, this is the time of the year where I'm going to socialize, I'm going to be extrovert, I'm going to meet new people, I'm going to network, I'm going to start a new business. So you have to know how to read your transit to then interpret each year and maximize the potential of that said year. So I hope this video does help, guys, especially for the people that are scared of their Chinese enemy years, especially the ones coming up for 2025, 2026. Don't worry about it. Once you understand your own transit, you don't have to get it from me. But understanding your own transit report will actually help you dissect how to deal with an enemy year, a friendly year, or a neutral year. Because all these years are going to have good and bad parts. Nobody has a completely good year at all. You have to just know how to navigate through it to understand when to take risks and when to not. It's really as simple as that, guys. So I hope this video does help. If you have any questions for me, just leave it in the comments section. Aside from that, like, subscribe, holla at me, guys. That's it for today. Peace.